I should totally play that chat last night that we had.
Welcome to the DT Hour. Doing a gun check here, guys. You feeling lucky today? So anyway,
I'm feeling really lucky.
you're feeling really lucky. I got two of them. I love it. So, welcome to the DT Hour. One more weekend advance. Oh. So how is everybody today? I hope fine.
Yes, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. So what's all going on in your world, Mr. Poison?
Poison Stinger is feeling a little bit tired, but is here in T-Way. Well, that's okay. That's what you get for staying up all night talking with Locker Bob.
Oh yeah, that
If
was.
you're friends with Locker Bob or you want to be friends with Locker Bob, you better sleep during the day because he only chats at night.
Yes. Yeah, he likes to set up much movies and talk on here.
And since I have the chat room open, let me give a shout out real quick to the 10-round Patriot. What's up, motherfucker? Haboob308. Dude, Haboob, do you want your knife, brother? Because I still have it. I know you're feeling bad and, you know, you got your shoulder issue and all that, but if you want to hook up, man, and get your prize from Kansas, let me know.
I let him have it so they're quicker. I was hoping to make it quicker for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't live that far apart, man. I mean, it's not that bad for either one of us. It's just, you know, I haven't ever been to his place. He's never been to mine, so we, like, meet up somewhere, you know, like the Bass Pro, do a drug deal. Woohoo. So I'll be, you know, passing the knife all nice and slick and shit. But he's got to be feeling up to it. I know that when I got back from that vacation, he wasn't feeling up to it at the time, but I hope you're feeling better, brother. The two people watching, or the two people that commented that are watching.
I see. Well, welcome. Glad you're all here. So, today's chat. Let's see here. Let's see. Does anybody know what's going on in the government today? Let's see.
Well, there's a lot of things we could talk about. How about the white flags over the Brooklyn Bridge, or the cancellation of importation, right? The executive disorder that the president did. They're banning all the Ishmael shit and all the nice stuff from Russia to go to crap. By the way, all my Rush, you know, all those pieces of stuff that I got to resell on eBay. All the Russian stuff's finally selling. Yeah, I'm like, all right, there we go.
Oh, now you got a way to sell it and make a little money on it too.
Yeah, I got $5 for one oil can that cost me like 5 cents.
Wow. So, what are you? So your sales are going good then.
Yeah, it's going all right. I mean, I sold 2 guns this week, and I bought 2 guns this week. Well, not technically this week because I bought the gun, the AK, last week, but I just got it. I want to say Friday. So, you know, I haven't even gotten to shoot it yet. I do plan on going out sometime this weekend. Got a friend who just got a brand new Mosin Nagant, and he wants to go shoot that. So we're going to have kind of a shoot party. That'll be fun. But yeah, you know, my wife's getting her new carry pistol today, which is really cool. And of course, we got the AK, and I've been working on that. There'll be some videos on YouTube soon about that one.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. And I'll probably have the wife do a video on her new carry. So, got it. I want to say Friday. So, you know, I haven't even got to shoot it yet. I do plan on going out sometime this weekend. Got a friend, mute that? Brand new Mosin Nagant, and he wants to go shoot that. You want to mute that? Have kind of a shoot party. That'd be fun. Kansas.
Cool.
But yeah, my wife's getting her a new carry pistol today. You want to mute that? And,
Yeah, hold on.
Of course, we got the AK, and I've been working on that. There'll be some videos on YouTube soon about that one.
So anyway,
nice little recap for anybody who might have missed that the first try.
So, well, okay then. We're good to go. 10-round Patriots in the house.
Yes, he's a trooper for sure.
So, how you doing, man?
Sorry, I had to sell that LCP, to somebody else, brother. But you know how it is. I needed the money bad.
Oh.
Kind of, even though I sold 2 guns and bought 2 guns, I'm still fucking broke, which is, which sucks, But what can you do?
Isn't that the way it works now?
Seems to be. I was broke before I did it. The only reason I was able to was because I sold the 2 guns.
No.
But they were ones that we didn't like, and we didn't really use very often. I mean, she carried hers. She had a little LCP that she carried, but she really didn't like it. She didn't enjoy shooting it at the range. She didn't really trust her life to it, so she wanted an upgrade. And even though she always carried it, now she gets to carry something she believes in a lot more, and she'll actually have fun to shoot at the range because it's, not as... Well, those little LCPs, man, they put a whomping on your hand. You shoot that thing more than, a magazine full.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, like your stepson's little 380. That thing gotta hurt.
Oh God, that's like you. Wow, wow. I'm a big...
and all that recoil because it's so lightweight. That's why it has all the recoil, right? And because it has all that, and even with all that recoil. Shoot, my wife said that shooting TJ's 44 Magnum was about the same as shooting her little LCP, but I guarantee you there's a lot more power behind that 44 Magnum than there is a 380, So it's kind of sucks that you have all that hurt and all that recoil for a little itty-bitty pissant cartridge. I mean, it'll still kill you, but you're going to take a few shots, most likely, to put down a threat.
If you want to put in anybody in here, go ahead and yeah,
you want me sending out invites now? What?
Yeah, if you would.
Well,
I sort of forgot to while I was sitting there talking to you and sort of blundered it.
Dude, I was getting ready for the longest time. You could have been doing that stuff.
I know. I was spacing. Sorry.
That's all right. I still like you. Well, I am going to invite Chris because I like Chris.
You like Chris?
And I'll invite Rebel just because I like Rebel. And I don't even know if he's on. And I don't even know if he can get an invite this way, so I'm going to have to invite him in through here, too.
Thank you for doing so.
Yeah, you just don't want to just talk to me. I got it.
Has nothing to do with that. You know that, brother. Oh, yeah, you got your gun up there. Hold on. I got to get my...
Well, I'm just showing off my new stock for it.
I see.
Oh, yeah, G wants a link. Hold on, G. Hold on, G. G's going to be in the motherfucking house.
He's going to be in the house.
But that's a nice one, man. On an AK-47, being able to have an adjustable stock, that's pretty badass, man.
And adjustable.
And it's not only adjustable, it's foldable.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, man.
Yeah, it is a sweet one. And I like my AR. I still like it.
Well, I'm glad, brother. I really am. If not, I'm sure I could figure something out.
You do a straight across trade on that, would you?
Yeah, I might. I might just go ahead and give you this AK for that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a nice
no,
one.
that's okay. I like my AR. I love my AR. My conspiracy.
All right.
Mm.
Come on, G. I invited your ass. Now I've invited you twice. So anyway,
They
that's all
don't
I can do. Man.
give them one. They just sit out there and gripe about it, and then they'll come in.
Jay Watt's with us in the room. What's up, Jay Watt?
Hey, what? What's up? How's
Mm,
it going, bud?
so far, that's it. What else is going on with Kansas? You going to go to the range anytime soon? Because I already told you I'm
Yeah,
going to the range
actually,
soon.
I'm planning to this weekend. Hopefully. I the boy. It's if I get feeling better. I've been feeling like hell for the last couple of days. But
Well, I
I'm
hope you
going to
do.
go if I feel good enough.
I hope you feel well.
I do too, man. I want to go out.
Yeah, there's nothing like it, man. It's fun, especially, I can't go out very often. I know you can't go out very often. But it makes the time that you are able to go out that much more special.
Oh yeah, it's like heaven. I love it.
Going on, fellas?
What's up, G?
What's up, G?
What's happening, fam?
Not
God
much.
damn, it feels like 150 degrees.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Oh,
117 here today. I got the air conditioner cranked real low so it gets cold in here.
We tried
Like
doing that, but
60.
we got the emergency savings. The man controls the fucking thermostat. They control everything: the guns, the rights, and your motherfucking air conditioning.
Nice.
Who would have thought? What's up, see?
damn man, we're gonna have to get rid of
What's up, guys?
They got control of
the
everything.
10-rounder. What's
These
up?
motherfuckers gonna
What's
have
up, Kansas? What's up, everybody? How's everyone going today?
The 10-second Patriot. What's
Yeah,
up?
man.
10-round Patriot.
The man with the plan.
The man with the master plan.
I still love it that the guy down there at that protest was giving you a crap over that. Well, if you're a real patriot, you'd have more than 10 rounds. Dude, it's California, man.
I know, like, really? Come on, buddy.
Explain the whole thing. It's
Mhm.
California. We're only allowed 10 rounds, so my patriotism lasts 10 rounds at a time.
Yeah. Some people just don't understand it, I guess.
We can only be patriots inside the law. We get outside the law, we become outlaws, not patriots.
Well, also, you don't advertise it, right? I'm sure, some people in California have no idea who they are, have more than 10-round magazines, but they don't go on and make a channel name like 30-round Patriot in a 10-round world, or, some shit like that. You don't fucking come out and say it. Come on.
Yeah, you don't want to bury yourself, You got to be smart about it, folks. Come on. Man, I got bedhead still. Like, I didn't even get up and get dressed this morning.
Time to get a haircut, see?
I know it
Time for a
is.
cut.
I know it is, brother.
What's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
Kansas woke my ass up, so it's whatever it was when I woke up, man.
Damn, son. 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I was up late talking with Glocker Bob, man, like till 3:30 in the morning.
Well, I woke up at 8. Was getting ready, and then Justin, my business partner, is like, "Hey, dude, can we take the day off?" And I was like, "All right, we'll take the day off."
Shit,
So,
I woke up at 7 a.m. doing fucking jumping jacks, babe.
nice. That's what I'm talking about, G.
Time to go. Yeah, I'm starting to work out in the mornings now so I can get ready. Get motivated.
The only time I can do any kind of exercise is like at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and we go out for a walk, all right? I can't do too much more than that. But we go out for a walk, but man, even then it's like 85, 90 degrees. But you can't go during the day when it's 117
Nah.
degrees. Fuck that shit.
You'll get a fucking heat stroke.
Especially me with all my extra padding.
Yeah, I know that feeling because I'm having to do the same thing. Wait till nighttime to do anything.
Like I said, it's all good. We're a little chunky. Like I said, man, I was 340, and I was telling Chris I was 340, and I got down now to 265.
Well, I was 340 a couple of times. One on the way up, one on the way down, and I hope to be it again on the way back down.
Nice.
Well, I hope I can get back down to. I was at 3. I went up to 380 and then came back. On my way back down, I was 360. So now I gotta see what I am this next round. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't look right under 250, being I'm so tall, you know. I think 260 is good. Good to go for me.
Yeah, 230 is like my. I get anything under than that, I just look weird. Everyone's like, dude, your head is just too big for how skinny your body is.
We're just big boys. That's all.
Yeah.
We're big boned people, you know. I like being big. That's my name, Big G. I wouldn't have a tattoo since I was 14 if I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
Yep, I know.
People say,
I
love it when I'm at the bar. I love it when I go to the bars and people are like, God damn, you so big, G. I say, you could be big too, brother. Just drink some milk. You'll be all right. Get out of these small shirts and these little medium-sized shirts that y'all motherfuckers are wearing that I can't even put over my fucking head. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? These boys wearing, I went out the other night, this boy must have been wearing a size. I said, boy, my 6-year-old shirts are bigger than that. Get the fuck out of here. Looking at me. But yeah, man, it's
I remember when I was
time to
playing
get
football.
exercise, man. It's too late.
My neck size, I didn't have a neck. They told me I didn't have a neck. Now I got a neck. Like shit, all my muscles gone.
Yeah, they stopped. They didn't let me play football my last senior year. I was hurting people on purpose, they say.
They're right at the end. Well, they say I was.
Yeah,
I don't think I was.
I was just making sure they hurt. That's all.
Yeah.
You gotta leave them with an impression.
You're supposed to go out and hit them, and that's what I did. I hit them.
The problem is this high school is getting sued every month, so they have to ban me from sports. So
we had the hardest
caregiver.
After that, I just turned into a full-time drug dealer.
Damn.
And a terrorist. Don't forget.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can be your friend anymore, G. You're a terrorist.
Well, that's too fucking bad. Mahmoud. Tell him 10 round. Tell him 10 round.
That's how it is.
10 round.
Everyone's a terrorist these days. You know
10 round can talk that Muslim brother. Don't worry.
I bet he can. He's a Mexican, a Navajo, a friggin' Iraqi terrorist.
Motherfucking right. That's my boy. Yeah, he's our undercover. Yeah.
I'm 50% white. I'm 50% Mexican. I'm 50% Navajo. I'm 50%.
I'm Heinz 57, baby.
That's right, baby. He's my motherfucking decoy.
He's the chameleon, man. He's out there.
Right.
You can't see him.
Yeah, there's certain names, you know, that when you have, man, it just screams Mexican.
That's why when they look at me, see, they don't know what the fuck I am. They look at me like, yo, what are you, Mexican? No. What are you, Puerto Rican? No. The fuck are you? Some people said, yo, is your dad black? I said, motherfucker, I'll slap you in the fucking head. I said, I'm Greek, bitch. What the fuck? Greek fucking feta cheese and black olives, bitch.
I just told him I was Sasquatch.
I tried. I can get in some schools maybe, but you know.
Yeah.
Greek American's good. American Greek.
I just prefer to call myself American.
There you go.
That's it, baby. That's it. Gringo.
I don't pick to any side. This here is America, and I'm one of these Americans.
I just want to be a free man.
Amen. That's how I feel. Just let me be
That's
free.
all I want to be is free.
Free what in 21?
Yeah, definitely not free anymore, are we?
No, shit. Especially me. I'm the least free one around
both
here.
both you and G living in some places where your freedom really is in question. We also have that guy who climbed up the Brooklyn Bridge to protest how much freedom you have in New York. And
At least he
really,
surrendered.
right?
So that's always a good thing. And the Brooklyn Bridge, I think they gave up New York. Like, hey, we surrender. You don't have to kill us no more. Here's our white flag.
Well,
I got some underwears that I could use as a white flag with a little stripe in it.
Nice. As long as they say Tommy Hilfiger, that it's all that matters.
Nah, oh my God, are you that much of a brand guy?
No,
Come on, man. Where's that tattooed on your ass? Come on.
I don't even wear Tommy Hilfiger. I wear Fruit of the Loom.
Okay, so you guys, well, you are a little fruity. But
I thought you meant the stripe. Isn't that like what he does?
I don't even fucking know, dude. I buy the cheapest shit I can find, man. I don't. Oh my God, I haven't really worried about labels for. Well, maybe when I was a teenager, there was a few companies, I was proud to be brand, have a brand name shit like Oakley's or whatever back in the day. But
there's two things that I wear that's brand, okay? Ford is one of them, and Smith & Wesson. Everything else I have no loyalty to.
How many Smith & Wessons do you have?
I own 2.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of anything that uses gunpowder and shoots hot lead.
All right.
Right? That's why I have a Glock. Well, I had 2 Glocks. Now I have 1 Glock, but I still want 1911. I have the AKs, right? But I still wanted the AR. I just love all the shit that works. I find it all intriguing on the mechanical.
You're like that Oz of all the guns.
Yeah, man. Just think for the mechanics of them. They each have a different way of doing the same thing, and it's awesome. I was one of these kids that would take shit apart as a kid. You buy me a $20 toy, and in 5 minutes, I got that bitch tore apart. And maybe I got it back together, and maybe I didn't. But it was a fun process to do. I have this well, it's not a Rubik's Cube. It's called a V-Cube, but it's like a Rubik's Cube. But it's not a 3x3. A regular Rubik's Cube has 3 sections, right? Each way, 3 sections, 3x3. This one's a 7x7, right? So it's got, I think they said 450 individual parts in order to make this thing fucking work properly. And I had taken that thing apart and basically did a trigger job kind of on the same way because it made it easier to turn and all that. But putting that thing back together, that was a feat. But it was interesting. It was fun to do. I enjoyed it. And it's the same thing with guns, man. Taking them apart, figuring out how they work, putting them back together, maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse. But
that's what I did. I didn't know what the fuck to do. My first shotgun, they were saying I had to take out that rod, that blocker, that was preventing to fill up the whole mag, the whole tube. And I took off the barrel, and I was like, oh, shit. I mean, this was like fucking 5-6 years ago. I was like, what the fuck? And I took it back to the store, and I was like, dude, I hope I didn't fuck it up. And my buddy Dylan was just laughing. He's like, no, dude. So he broke it down for me, and after that, got the pistol and breaking it down and changing triggers and changing this, changing that. And like you said, Sting, it's just you learn as you go. You just got to do it and don't be afraid.
That. I love the process of learning stuff.
Yes,
Holy
me
shit.
too. Break everything down and just fucking learn how to put it back together, and just time will make it better. That's the only thing that worked for me.
Well, when I took apart my Saiga and I actually took a drill to it, that was scary stuff, man. I'm taking a drill to a friggin' $600 AK at the time, right? Now that I couldn't, after I'd gotten mine, they went up to $800, and now you can't even fucking find them because they stopped importing them. But there for a while, that's still a $600 gun that if I fucked up, man, here I'm coming with a drill bit. But I did it. I followed no directions. I kind of just watched other people's video, made my own video. And it's one of my best videos on YouTube. It's my Saiga conversion, man.
and you didn't know what you were doing. That's what I did exactly. I went to YouTube and I just put on those how-to videos and I just watched it a few times. And
Yeah.
I said, fuck
And
it.
see, for me, when I go, I've done that a few times, right? The way I learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube originally, YouTube.
Yep, we talked.
And from that, I got into the other cubes, the other different ones that they have. They have them all the way from a 2x2 to a, well, now they have it like an 11x11, but I don't have that because it's like the price of a gun. But I have all sorts of different ones. And the first Rubik's Cube I ever had, I had to go to YouTube and figure out how to learn or how to do it. And by watching their tutorials on how to do it, I was like, I can do a better video than that. And so that's what I did. That's one of my biggest grossing videos on YouTube. It's a series on how to solve a Rubik's Cube for dummies. Shit, man, I make, bank on that every single month for videos I did 5 or 6 years ago. Still making money off of them. And the same thing with the whole Saiga conversion. I was like, well, if I want to do this, I'm going to get paid one way or another. And sure enough, I got not nearly as many views on that, but I got a pretty good amount of views on those, and they came out real nice.
Excuse me for a minute.
Yep. I love doing how-tos. Those are, when I know what I'm doing, those are the best videos I think that I put out. Is how-to video.
Well, you put out quality video, Sting, as well as you do good directions, and that's what makes a good how-to.
Right.
So, the video quality is good, your directions are good. That helps out with a good how-to.
Well, there's a lot of people that are good at telling you how to do it, right? But I'm more of a I need to see it kind of guy, and a lot of people, especially with the Saiga conversion, right? They would tell you, okay, you didn't see it because I couldn't get the camera, the camera would be in the way and I wouldn't be able to do it properly. So let me explain to you what I did, and then they'll go off on what they did. But you didn't see it. For me, you need to get the shot before anything else. If the camera can't see it, then you shouldn't even be doing it. So there was some times during that Saiga conversion, I wasn't looking at the rifle itself. I was looking at the viewfinder to see what I was doing, because the camera came first, and I just had to use the viewfinder, up here, kind of like a robot, one of those surgeons that does it by remote, and I had to do it that way, just so that I'd make sure that I'd get the shot. But I think that comes into play, man. Get a good camera angle, get a good shot on it. So.
Yeah, I think it does. One thing I noticed about your stuff, Sting, is you take pride in your work, and everything's smooth. It's nice. It's good stuff, man.
Well, thank you. It could be better, at least for me anyway, because I'm a perfectionist.
Everything could be better.
I'm a perfectionist, man. I always go back and I watch my own videos over and over again because I'm looking at, okay, I could have done it differently here. I shouldn't have said that there. I should have said something different, and I'll nitpick a video for a long time, but I don't take it down and reshoot it, but I probably should.
Is that why you got so many views? Is you're watching them?
Yeah, that's part of it.
No, but back to what I was saying. The reason why I prefer Smith & Wesson is because I enjoy guns, right? I enjoy guns just like any other guy does. I just realized that that's the last American, no joke, the last American industry out there. And if we're not supporting our American gun companies and we're giving all our money to whoever can make them the cheapest and the best, well, then we're no longer going to see that here in America anymore. So,
and don't forget about Ruger. They manufacture right here in Arizona. My dad worked for them for quite a long time.
And I own Ruger. I do own Ruger, but I prefer my Smith & Wesson.
There you go. Well, shit, half the time now, a lot of these American gun manufacturers are sending their shit overseas. The new gun my wife is getting is a what is it? It's a Springfield Armory, right? Springfield Armory is supposed to be an American company, but the gun right on the fucking grip says made in Croatia.
If anything that's an XD is made in Croatia, nothing that they have is made in America. They actually picked them up because they didn't want to do their own polymer pistol, so they just bought someone else's to manufacture for them.
Well,
So.
the XDMs are pretty boss, dude. So
I'm not. They're a great gun. They're a great gun. I'm not saying anything about that.
I would love to buy an all-American pistol. Unfortunately,
They're
the
not
white.
American. So
Yeah, they're not really.
Yeah, before Croatia or before XD picked them up, those guns were selling for 300. Not the XDM, obviously, but the full sizes, selling for $300 because they weren't picked up by a big brand name. And
However, now you can kind of be happy with Glock because Glock has a plant in Georgia and they're being made there. So.
Yeah, it's not an American company.
No, but it's being made in America for some reason. Well, I know why, because they get around the importation laws that way if you make it here. Just like that AK, that was made in Poland, all the parts, shipped to America and assembled here, so they could get around all that shit.
What happened to Kansas? Where'd it go?
I don't know, to the shit or something.
Man, it seems like we're all in as the dragon, huh? I don't even have my lower third up, so people know who I am.
Yeah, you're the 10-round Patriot.
I know
Famously, one of the famous people on YouTube.
I don't know about famous yet.
The man, the myth, the legend, the 10-round Patriot. International, worldwide. And we got G Mangos. Everybody knows who G Mangos is. And Kansas Hillbilly Prepper. Yeah, we're all in as the Dragon because we're all bartenders, and I send out the bartender's link. So when you clicked on it, it automatically made you come in as the Dragon. I'm going to go ahead and give the room a little shout out if there's any new people out there. We do have a few. Frank Henderson, what's up? He says, hey guys. HDP or High Desert Pioneer. Very awesome dude on YouTube. And yes, we're all slackers. We should probably be at work. E. Kenny and Linda, what's up? Not playing on mobile. What the fuck? I don't really know what that means, but cool. And that's really the only other people in here that weren't in here before. Caregiver, I gave you kind of a quick shout out there, but what you doing? How you doing, Caregiver? Yeah. And to everybody else, thanks for joining, man. We got 11 viewers, and it's all about Stinger right now. So let's go ahead and burn this bitch into the ground. Yeah. What do you guys think about tipping? Is it mandatory to you, or is it optional? Is it based on good service, or just going out to a restaurant in general and automatically the person gets a 15% tip?
You know, that is a great subject. I was actually discussing that with Justin yesterday, right? And Justin is one of those guys where he feels you're there to do your job, so he will automatically tip you a good tip. And I'm one of those guys where if you give me shitty service, I'm going to give you a shitty tip. I've literally given tips like, hey, here's a tip. Be a better customer service person.
Right. Okay, I have a perfect example of this, right? Because I got in an argument about this not too long ago, and it was told to me, well, these people, they don't make very much money, and usually it's the only job they can get, and it's a really hard job. Okay. Still, a tip is supposed to be a thing that you do for good service or for doing a really good job and taking care of you. Why is it that I can go, they got a lot of tables to wait. That was the argument back, right? They got a lot of tables to wait, and they can't get around to you all the time. Okay. Then why is it when I go to Applebee's and they've got the place is freaking packed, right? I got my freaking glass refilled every single time. It's like halfway empty, and they're coming back and serving me great conversation, making me feel like they actually give a shit, right? And just being very personable at Applebee's, and they're busting their ass because they got tons of tables. However, at Denny's, when it's fucking empty, ain't nobody fucking there. I don't get even one refill of my $2.50 soda. I mean, $2.50 for a friggin' glass anyway is, oh my God. But I buy it. right, and I don't get a free refill on that, I'm sorry, but if you can't do that and you work at Denny's where it's dead ass and nobody's fucking there, I'm not gonna give you a tip like if I go to Applebee's where they fucking bust their ass. It's all about the effort you put into it, man.
Yep, I feel the same way. You know, I never once says, "Oh, it's a crappy job. It's a crappy job." Hey, man, you know, you don't have to have that job. Go look for somewhere else.
Oh,
I'm in the service.
Yeah,
I'm in the service industry. You know, I don't serve food. I happen to serve doors, but I guarantee this much: I've never had a customer complain about my attitude or my lack of caring whether or not they're satisfied. And in the service industry, just because you have a shitty job, just because you hate your job, doesn't mean you get to take it out on me when I show up and decide to eat there. I look at it this way. I don't go out to eat every day. You know, we don't have that kind of money to go out and sit down at a fancy place, Applebee's, which is a fancy place to
eat. It is. It's an extremely fancy place for me, man. $10 per
You know, so yeah, exactly. So I don't have the money to go out there and eat like that all the time. So when I go, I'm celebrating something. It's a special occasion. And I expect you to treat me as if, hey, man, welcome to celebrate. Have fun. Let's be lively together. I don't want some shitty attitude, some shitty service, and especially don't expect a good tip if you're doing that for me. You know, if you want to treat me like crap, well, guess what? I'll never see your happy ass again, so I don't care whether or not you think I'm a shitty person because I didn't tip you well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? It doesn't bother me. I don't get tips in my industry, and I'm in the service industry. I don't expect tips, and yet I always give good service.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. It's not hard to give good service.
Exactly.
Those people that don't tip even when they got good service, I'm not for that, man. If you've got good service, and usually it's the rich person who can actually afford it, right? If you've got great service and you can afford it and you only tip 15 or you don't tip at all, then yeah, you're a shitty person.
Yeah, you're a shitty person.
I'm eating ramen noodles, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at some points. Don't got a penny to my name. I finally get a little bit of money, so we go out to eat. And then I get crap service. Yeah, you know, I don't have a lot of money, and I know when I get home that I'm going back on the ramen noodle diet because I can't afford nothing else, then yeah, you're going to miss out on a tip if I didn't get good enough service, because
exactly
that is an extra for me. That is
a
something
special
extra.
occasion. Yeah.
I don't just like you, man, I never have enough money to just go out all the time. Usually it's a fast food restaurant because I can barely afford that even.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And then I go there and want to get shitty service? No, I ain't going to pay your ass for the crap service. If you don't like that, then there are other jobs out there. I don't care what anybody says. There's other options out there.
If you found a job feeding food, I'm sure you can find a job cleaning up shit. That way, at least you can complain about having a shitty job.
Well, you can be a waitress and get, what, $2 an hour? Or you could work at McDonald's and get minimum wage. Wait,
that's right.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I heard the chipmunk.
No, you didn't hear the chipmunk. Don't tell me that.
I thought I did. I was getting all excited, man.
You're going to get excited. Oh. Well,
we had a glitch the other day that was hilarious as all hell.
Yeah, he's laughing at me the whole time. I'm getting pissed off at this thing for having a glitch. It was crazy.
Anyway, what's your take on that, Kansas?
My take is, I'll give you an experience.
Yeah, you're poor, right? You don't go out very often.
We don't go out very often, and we had a windfall of some money. Came in, we won like $1,000, just say. And so I was going out, and I was going to celebrate, have a big party. And we got out there, and this waitress was a bitch. And we were like, why is this happening? I'm like, no. I went to the manager. I said, dude, this is my one time out per year, and I just won $1,000, and I'm planning to spend over $300 in your establishment. I've ordered right at that. I will walk the hell out of here before I will pay you your money, but I guarantee you ain't getting nothing, and nothing's getting gratuitous off this.
Well, get this, Kansas, if I may. Okay, so the point was raised that, Yeah, you should. If you have crappy service, you should talk to the manager instead of not leaving a tip. You should still leave a tip, but just talk to the manager. And my response was, well, just like you just did there, Kansas, most likely you either got the person written up or outright fired. Now, what's worse, getting a person fired from their job or not leaving them a tip?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get them fired. I don't put up with
Right?
it.
Because you're a fucking cocksucker.
Yes, I am. I'm an asshole when it comes down to my when it comes to food. Excuse me, I got company.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
look,
it's
I feel
up
the
to
same
you.
way. I feel the same way, Sting. No joke. I mean, me and you see eye to eye on this 100%. I will tip greatly. You know, me and my wife have left $30, $40 tips for a fucking $25, $30 meal.
Yeah, I've done that too a couple times.
You know, if you deserve the tip, you deserve the tip, obviously. But when you think you can give me shitty service and get away with it, hey, guess what? I'll write you a fucking tip. Here's the tip. Wipe your ass after you shit. There's your tip for the day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm that
I've
asshole.
never left a note, but yeah. Okay.
Well, it's a tip. It's not a note. It's a tip.
Right.
Here's a tip. Don't pick your boogers in public. I'm that guy. I will do that. If you want to be shitty to me, you know, and I'm also one of those guys where if I complain about food, you got one chance to get it right. I don't like onions. You know that. If it comes with onions, I will say, here's your food pack. It has onions. And they'll say, oh, you like me to remake it? I'm like, no, I don't want you to remake it. I'm like, why not? I'm like, I don't want you spitting in my food because I complained. So,
you know, that's another thing you got to worry about when you go out to eat, you know.
Well, see, the thing is, that night that I went out, I spent over $300. And when I got the second waitress there, she was so sweet and nice. Everybody there was sweet and nice. They brought over everything. They had did big sing along and everything for the kids. And oh, it was great.
Here's my question though: Why is it when I go to Denny's where it's not very busy at all, I get crappier service than when I go to Outback Steakhouse or fucking Applebee's or any of those places where they're much busier? It's a much busier place. It's got to be a much harder job, right? Harder because they're busy, they're hopping, they're moving. They got to remember everything, yet they get it right. They refill my soda before I even get halfway down, right? How is it I get such better service there than I do at like a place at Denny's? Because to me, the person that couldn't cut it, you know, they probably applied for fucking an Outback or whatever. They couldn't cut it because they had a bad attitude or whatever. Then they go to Denny's with their little bad attitude, and I gotta tip them there. Fuck that shit, you know?
Well, because Denny's had
working your ass off. Sorry. What's up?
you got to give 100. No matter what you do, you have to give 100%. I think that was someone else talking in the background. No matter what you do, your job, you have to give it 100%. You know, I'm a firm believer you leave work at work and you leave home at home. I do not mix the two. I do not go home and complain about if I had a shitty day at work because I don't want to bring my wife's mood down. I don't want to be Debbie Downer. I don't go to work with my problems and fucking project it onto other people. So I'm happy-go-lucky at work if I'm having a shitty day at home or vice versa.
Well, you know, my example here is because you know, I was getting in on this in a different chat, and you know, I'm like, well, you can always get a different job if you don't like that job, and you're not able to do that job to the best of your ability and refill your customer sodas. Well, there's a lot of times there's no other jobs out there. Bullshit, man. Fast food, minimum wage. You're getting paid double what you'd probably be getting paid as a waitress or a waiter anyway by doing that, and nobody expects decent customer service out of a fucking McDonald's employee. So, you know, don't tell me there's not other jobs out there. There's always fucking other jobs out there. It's fucking America, and there's always something that pays better than a waitress job. You get a waitress job because you want the tips. You want to be paid per day, right? That's one of the great things about being a waiter or waitress. You get money every day if you do your job correctly. And
I would go work for Walmart.
Yeah, well, nowadays Walmart's fucking everywhere. You can always get a job there too. But I'm just saying, you know, back even in the old days, there was always a minimum wage job you could get. Fuck, you could be a janitor and cleaning up the trash in an office setting.
Down the street. There's all kinds of jobs. I mean, there's jobs that all you got to do is work for it. Hell, when I was a kid, I had like 18 part-time jobs at one point. I was working in a mill, helping a guy sort the lumber on like one day of the week. The next day, I'd be helping the janitor at the drugstore. The next day, I'd be doing or after that, maybe an hour or two later, I'd be making pizzas at the Pizza Hut, and just for an hour or two. There's always a job somewhere, but you got to want to go find it, and you got to want to work.
But wait, if you don't believe in tipping your waitress, you might go to hell because bad karma and not helping the least of my brethren. You know, so what you do to the least of my brethren, you do unto me. So apparently, not tipping could make you go to hell.
Well, guess what? I got a rebuttal to that, Sting. I tip homeless people who do nothing for me, so my karma must be awesome.
Right, yeah. I don't know how many times I've seen somebody on the street that actually looks like they're needing a handout, and I've been known to do that many times just because, you know, I don't know. It's one of those arguments you can go back and forth on with people that really feel passionate about it, you know?
Yeah, I don't think it says anywhere in the Bible that Jesus hooked up one of the bitchy waitresses with the tip. I'm pretty sure he's talking about putting clothes on the homeless and feeding the homeless, not giving some bitch a fucking good tip. That's just from what I've read.
I mean, to me, he's always meaning give him a hand up, not a hand out. You know?
Yep, exactly. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. We have a homeless guy around here who likes to. He says, "Hey, I'm not lying, man. I just want a beer." And every time I'm like, "Hey, brother, go get yourself a beer. Here's a buck."
I mean, if you're gonna tell the truth, you might as well let him do it.
If he's not lying to me, right? You know, don't lie to me. Put it on your sign. Hey, man, I'm looking to get high on meth tonight. I'll probably give you $1.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't give him $1, but I would applaud the honesty, right? I would applaud the honesty. I still probably wouldn't give him $1, but I'd be like,
come on, give it to the foot.
That's what I'm saying. You know, look at least he's being honest. That waitress is not being honest with herself. She's mad at me because of her shitty job, so she gives me shitty customer service.
She probably didn't think she gave you shitty service, you know. She probably bitching at you on your way out, saying, I gave him great service, he didn't tip me, or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's all in the eye of the beholder, you know.
Yeah.
And as they say, take the plank out of your own eye before you judge.
It's not all in the eye of the beholder, Kansas. It's all in how much you fill my belly with soda.
Well, it's not even that. It's just confidence. You know, if you want to wait until I'm almost done with my soda, that's fine too. But I'm paying usually $2.50 for a glass of soda that I could buy like 2 liters, right? I could buy 5 liters of soda at a fucking grocery store and have that. So, you know, there has been sometimes I'm so fucking broke that I just ask for water because I can't afford their $2.50 soda that I'm not even going to get a refill on, you know?
Yep.
Just, it's ridiculous, you know?
I stopped. Sorry, Sting, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I stopped drinking sodas at freaking fast food joints just because of how damn expensive they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many times I'd get the bill back, you know, because they don't have... Either they have it on there and it's, you know, I don't see it, or sometimes they don't even have the price on there. And if it is on there, I don't know where it is or something, you know, so I'll order a soda. Everybody has a soda or whatever. We get the bill back, and I'm doing the math in my head before we get the bill, you know, thinking, okay, my meal was $8, hers was $9, and mine was $10. So that's going to be, you know, a little under $30. And it gets there, it's like $50. I'm like, what? Yeah, $2.50 each soda, you know, all this, you know, sometimes the mandatory gratuity. Oh, yeah, if you put in a mandatory gratuity, that's the last time I visit your establishment. And there's absolutely no tip at all.
That I believe is BS. I believe that is one of the worst things a business can do. And, I mean, I was working at a business, and I told them not to do that, and they did it. And within a month, they were about closed down.
Well, look at all the new pizza places. As far as I know, anyway, the ones that we've got around us, most of them are charging a delivery fee now. And they're like, well, they even say this is not considered a tip. Well, you know what? 5 years ago, you didn't have a delivery charge. It was always free delivery. And now you have a delivery charge. Well, that's extra money coming out of my pocket. I much rather just go to the goddamn pizza place and order takeout and bring it home my damn self than pay you $5 to deliver it to my house. You know? And then I really don't have to tip your driver at all, do I? Because then I am the driver.
Mm-hmm.
So why should I? And I stopped tipping the fucking pizza places that have the delivery charge. I'm sorry, but no, man, I ain't got enough money to just be handing it out. Everybody wants my money. I gotta pay for my privilege to drive, and all the unconstitutionality with that shit, with fucking tags, license, registration, all that shit.
I was working for Domino's when that happened. When they started that gratuity thing, they were saying that they would pay a certain amount out of what they got off of that, and we still got tips. But we would only get tips after they took out what they got. And I said, bullshit, I quit.
Right. My whole thing with this, man, is, I got into that the other night, and it just pissed me off. People saying that, well, if you don't believe in tipping everybody at least 15%, then you're a horrible person. And you better hope that your karma of giving people stuff for no reason is going to pay off, because you're probably going to go to hell. Just, oh, man. Tell you what.
Isn't the 12th commandment, thou shalt tip well?
At least 15%.
Yeah, that's what it is. Thou shalt tip at least 15%. That's the 12th commandment.
Yeah.
But
15% no comes from the factor used to be what they expected you to what the government expected you to tip a waitress. And it used to be 8%, then it grew to 12%, and now it's at 15%.
Well, guess what, Kansas? I didn't agree to any of that shit.
See, I much rather them raise their prices on everything and just pay their waitresses a minimum wage or a comparable wage. Go ahead and pay your waitress a comparable wage. And if I have the money to visit your establishment and they're getting paid a comparable wage, I won't mind paying a little extra for the meal or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you better tell me that beforehand. It's almost kind of like the mandatory gratuity in a way, but at least this way I know they're getting an actual decent wage, But even then, I'm going to have more money in order to go to that place versus a Denny's, because I ain't got a lot of money to go fancy restaurants. I think a fancy restaurant is a Sizzler.
No, fucking
Olive Garden is like the biggest. I took my first girlfriend to an Olive Garden in a limo because that was the fancy restaurant.
I did mine too.
Yeah, Olive Garden, I don't like that place.
Well, I'm just using that as an example. If I'm paying, close to $15 per plate, that's a big thing for me. I very rarely do it, unfortunately. I wish I could do it more. But usually the Olive Garden, Sizzler, fucking Outback, all those places, I get the best service there. And I know that when I go there, I better have a little extra cash because I'm going to get awesome service and I'm going to have to tip it. But if I go to Denny's, guess what? I'm counting my pennies to pay the bill. Because
Outback hit me one time. I
don't have to worry.
The only thing I got against Outback, they tried to kill Chinty on me. They were supposed to put out a certain amount, and it's like they didn't do it. It's like, what the hell? They tried to go real skimpy.
You just can't tell me that they have such a hard job and they can't be expected to bring you a soda every 5 seconds and all this shit when some people can, some businesses can, right? Outback, fucking Olive Garden, Applebee's, all of them. They got so many more customers to deal with, and they deal with them all great. And they all, yet the person at Denny's who's got like 2 tables and ain't nobody really in the restaurant can't get my shit correct or refill my drink on time. No, that's a lack of effort. That's not a lack, that you're too overworked or anything. That's a lack of effort at that point because the other people can do it. Why can't you?
Yeah, look, if you If you can't take 2 seconds while you're walking by me to say, "Hey, do you guys need anything?"
Mm-hmm.
That's
I mean, you
that's
can't
shitty
smile
service.
and give that little bit of extra, just that how are you doing? You need anything else? That extra, may I help you today? Whatever. I mean, it's the factor that they're giving out some kind of a dip. When the waitresses, they do get a bum deal in a lot of restaurants because a lot of restaurants only give you a certain amount of your tips.
Yeah, you got to they divvy it up between the busboy and all the staff,
All that shit.
which is
And
bullshit. If I find out a business is doing that, I usually don't go back to that one.
yeah.
Hey, if you don't mind, Kansas, let me go ahead and give a quick shout out to the room. It's only got a few people. We got High Desert Pioneer saying, "Forget work," to Chris, I'm guessing. Knock out some burpees. We got
I'm gonna
Frank
have to go do that
Henderson,
now.
right? Frank Henderson, kind of both. I do tip for jam up service. Galen Long, getting tipped is a privilege, not a right. I worked for a food service for over 10 years. If the waiter is a dick or a cunt, they don't get tipped. He also says, not tipping will send you to hell, Stinger. LOL, thou shalt tip 30% is not in the Ten Commandments. Soda at fast food places is watered down anyhow. I would rather get my food to go and go to a 7-Eleven to get a bottle of soda. I do that sometimes too. We'll go through drive-through, especially at some of the fast food places. We'll go through drive-through and just come home with it, and we got soda at home for a lot cheaper. And O2 Power Stroker, $15 a plate. LOL, that's my normal meal at Taco Smells. Ha!
O2 Power Stroker. I like that name.
Yeah. He's a good old sub of mine for a long time ago, I believe.
Yes.
Brolance is also in there saying if we have a link, he'll tell you. Hold on. If you send me a link, I'll tell you. Talk to a waitress firsthand. Oh, Brolance, maybe his wife's a waitress.
Well, come get him in here.
I'm trying. Go ahead and do some talking, so I'm not by myself.
Glenn Long says, "I refuse to eat at Outback Steakhouse. The last time I ate there, I could taste where the jockey had whipped it."
Oh no. I tell you what, I deserved it. I really did. But I went to this guy, he cut me off in traffic. I followed him to his work. Come to find out he was a manager at a Taco Bell. And oh, did I give him hell. So I went and got tacos one day and came back and went and opened them up, and they had a nice little slime trail in the bag.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
Oh, yeah. You don't think they don't? You piss them off and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I worked for Shakey's Pizza. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Shakey's Pizza for 2 years in high school, and I would watch people do some fucking disgusting thing to food.
We used to, we were working out, well, I worked at Taco Bell in Washington, and worked with these, basically, it was basically Mexicans working there. And I ended up getting in the middle of, I mean, it was like they get mad at somebody, they go spit on their stuff. It was that simple. If they came through drive-through and they were nice, and pleasurable, they got a good meal. They come through and they're assholes.
Hey, I've had better service at a fucking McDonald's than I've had at some restaurants with a waitress.
It's true.
Fucking Arby's, right? You go to, I don't know if you guys been to Arby's lately, but you order there and they'll bring you your food to you. And they're so goddamn nice, I feel like almost tipping them.
I have tipped Arby's.
I don't know. I might have tipped fast food. It's been a long time if I ever have, but I won't say I have because I just don't remember. I don't go out to that.
I remember the last time I did.
I tip fast food joints where there's no trash can to throw your stuff away.
Mm-hmm.
So, they expect you to leave it on there and they'll clean it up for you. I tip those guys. I'll leave them $2. whatever's in my wallet, just because they're picking my tray up for me. And even though they didn't give me any real service, they're still cleaning up after me, which I consider as a service.
Well,
So those guys,
tip,
I pretty much mandatorily tip every time.
Yeah, I would tip anybody that goes and does something that's not in the job description. If it's mandatory that you're expected to do something, then maybe not. That's kind of where I am with the whole the waitress thing in an actual sit down restaurant, right? You're definitely required to bring me my food. You're definitely required to at least bring me my first soda. But if you go above and beyond and make sure that keep coming by and checking on us, see if that we need anything, whatever, you're that's not necessarily in the job description. That is a little bit above and beyond. Then yeah, I feel more obligated to tip somebody doing that. But if you're just doing the bare minimum to get through the day, no.
Yeah.
Some of the best people that get, there's those people at Denny's. I keep using Denny's, right? There's those people at Denny's who are crap that I don't give a tip to, yet there every once in a while I'll go to that place and there's a waitress that is busting her hump. Usually even with more people there, right? And she's really on top of stuff. And so at the same fucking restaurant, I could have two totally different experiences depending on when I go on the person. Now, is it her fault, the one that actually does the extra work and does her, above and beyond that deserves my tip over the one who doesn't? No, it's the lack of effort from the one who doesn't try very hard and just tries to get through her day. And whatever she's got at home, that's her own fucking fault, not mine. So she needs to deal with that, put home at home, work at work, or whatever she needs to do. But, when you're a waitress and you're doing the service industry and you want a tip, yeah, you better, at least give effort.
I'm telling you, Sting, you can leave tips, always. Just some of them will be handwritten.
All right.
There's no reason to not leave a tip.
I have done that. I have never left a note. I did tell one time because now they're asking you if you want a tip at the register, right? You're getting up to go to the register and pay. Do you want to leave a tip? And, there's been a couple times I was like, no, I had crappy service. They never came back to check on us. They never refilled our soda. This was like this. And I couldn't say anything because she was doing something else or in the back chatting with her friends or whatever. I don't know what she was doing, but she wasn't out here. So no, I'm not going to leave a tip. Now, to me, that's not complaining to the manager, so I don't know. She might still get in trouble. I have no idea, but I'll be honest, I won't.
She should get in trouble. If you suck at your job, you should get in trouble. Why?
I am a stickler for that. I do believe in it.
Why is everyone else allowed to be, if they're sucky at their job, they get in trouble, but if a waitress is sucky at her job, she's not allowed to get in trouble?
I mean, at least, if not just talk to, told, you need to speed it up. What do, and she don't know it, say, okay, she don't know it this time. I can forgive a new one if they don't know what
don't complain to me that you have a sucky job when Juan Felipe Miguel Jr. Ricardo III is out there fucking roofing a house in 110-degree heat.
Exactly.
Don't complain.
What about if you go to a casino, you just tip your blackjack dealer if you win a big hand?
Hell yeah, are you kidding me? I always tip freaking, but I never gamble, so I've gambled twice, and I've tipped twice.
Okay. How about you, Kansas? You tip your blackjack dealer or whoever, you're at a table game?
Nah.
Me neither.
I do. They deserve tips. Because if I won, you get a tip. If I lose, well, obviously you're not getting a tip. So, because
here's my deal. Here's my deal. If you give them a tip, I'd give them a tip if they helped me win. They're like, oh, no, you don't want to hit. Oh, okay, and I ended up winning? All right, cool, yeah, I'll give you a tip. But at that point, that's, collusion or whatever, you're cahooting with the dealer, so that's automatically illegal and shit, right? So my whole take is you're flipping cards, okay? You're flipping cards, and you didn't help me win that at all. And usually...
I'm making more money than all of you sitting there.
No, the dealers don't make a lot of money, brother. But no, they don't. They don't make very much money at all. But my whole point with this is you're not helping me win, you're definitely, if anything, you're helping me lose, right? Because you're the house, and the house has always got the better stakes. And I don't really go gambling that much. But no, I'm not going to tip no matter whether I win or not. Fuck.
Like I said, the 2 times I've played blackjack, I've won. I left once with like $200, and this was on my 18th birthday. I tipped the guy like $40. You know, that was a damn good for me. That was the first time I ever gambled. Second time I gambled, I was like 24 years old in Vegas, and I won again. Tipped the guy like $5-10. Never played since. I played one lottery ticket because Justin was convinced he was going to win, and I said, dude, you're going to waste your money on that? That's the biggest scam known to man. So he was like, come on, dude, just throw in $1.50 for Mega Millions. Huh?
You don't play, you don't win.
Yeah, I don't usually play.
Look at here's the deal. Here's the deal, Kansas. I will play the day that I get hit by a bus, struck by lightning, and shot and live. I will play that day. Until that day, I'm not worried about winning something I can't.
Well, get this. I had a bet. I had a bet with Rebel and Mule that I would not go. We had a bet that I would get pulled over at least once on the way to Mule's house, right? Now Rebel thought the bet was that I would get pulled over at all throughout the whole trip, and I didn't get pulled over once either which way, right? And I went right through Illinois with Arizona plates. Well, actually, not even plates; they were paper plates, right? But I didn't get pulled over once, and they were like, man, you need to play the lottery because you lucked out, because it was torrential downpour in Illinois, so no cop's going to want to pull anybody over in that, right? And they're like, man, you need to play the lottery. And I should have probably, but I didn't.
I've been trying to get rid of this shit in my house. When are you going to come pick it up, bro, Lance?
The only reason I'm in here right now is because you guys are talking about waitresses, and yeah, my wife's a waitress. She gets paid by the hour, though.
I'm not a waitress. I am a...
She is a customer consultant.
Right. Customer consultant engineer, right? Like
that's what I'm talking. That is a professional sounding name right there.
She is. She's very professional about her job. But here's the problem with the whole tip scenario is there is no other profession to where you have to live off of those tips. If there's a minimum wage of $7 an hour, a waitress still gets paid $3.01. If there's a minimum wage of $10 an hour, a waitress still gets paid $3.01. They put the burden on the customer, to decide whether or not that waitress is good enough to deserve her pay. I'm fine with that, but what I don't understand is why that doesn't carry over to every other industry. Like if I go get my tires rotated and they fuck up and they don't rotate them right, shouldn't I say, well, you don't get a tip, I'm only paying you $3 an hour, even though that guy supposedly makes $10 an hour? Why is that burden with only a waitress position? It's put on the customer to decide whether or not she did her job. I think that's pretty sexist, actually.
Discrimination comes in.
Yeah, that's a really I don't think it's discrimination, but it is a good point. You know, I'm all for waitresses getting paid minimum wage. I've had 3 long-term girlfriends in my life. You know, I've had a few flings here and there too, but 3 long-term girlfriends, and they all had been waitresses at one point or another. So I know what it's like to only get paid $2 an hour. And you know, the days that they went to work with a good attitude, they usually came home with a lot more money than the days they were going there after bitching at my ass or some shit, you know?
My girlfriend made $1,000 a week at the bar.
See that? And I bet she had a great attitude, huh, G?
Yeah, she was. That was that Raven cheerleader I was messing with. I told
and she was probably racktastic.
Yeah, I told Lance about it. She made like $1,000, $1,200 a week. And,
well, see, that right there.
She wasn't stacked with big tits or anything. She was just fucking
Well, that's the perk of being a waitress.
She was jumpy, good, happy spirit. The problem is...
Get it over with, man.
Huh? What'd you say?
Is there any other industry, though, that treats a person that way? You know, my wife, like I said, she gets paid very well now. She works by the hour, and she is a customer consultant. But she has always been very good at her job, and she's always, made over and above that $3 an hour, way above that.
Right.
But is there any other industry that is like required of a person? Like the burden is put on the customer to decide whether or not that person did their job.
Oh yeah, there's barbers, there's barbers, there's also cab drivers, right? But I really want to make this point. I really want to make this point, right? That's the benefit of being a waitress. That's why a lot of women decide to be a waitress, because even though they're only going to get paid $3 an hour, there's a potential there of them bringing home $100, $200 a day. And usually the better they do at their job, the more likely they are to get that amount, especially depending on the restaurant they're working at, right? But that's the benefit. That's why so many women sign up the dotted line to make only $3 an hour, is because they know that if they bust their hump, they can potentially make $100 a day, and it's all cash, and they get paid every fucking day. That's a big selling point. That's why I want to be a waitress.
Just like car sales people, we don't get, or salesmen in my industry, I don't get paid salary. I don't get paid fucking hourly. If I don't sell, I don't make a fucking penny. And there has been, exactly, commission only. But there's times when I can make $0 a week, and there's times when I can make $2,000 a day. You know what I mean? It's just
same thing with me.
Right, same thing with Chris. Is business.
I'm 100% commission, bro. That's like I said. I give great customer service, and I make sure that my customer is happy. Even if I don't fix the fucking door, I will clean that son of a bitch so it looks like I did something, so they pay their fucking bill.
Yeah, I don't have to answer my phone on a Sunday, but I do. I'm available to my clients, as Berlance knows, and you all know, 7 days a week. And you all know I'm fucking working deals. Like last night, I was working a deal till midnight.
Yep.
And I was on the Dragon, and I was still making deals. I mean.
Yep. So I know what you're saying, bro, Lance. You know what I mean? I would, if I worked as a waitress, I would know. If I don't give great customer service, if my customer's not happy, they're not going to tip me.
Exactly.
So I would not
look in the mirror.
I would not give a shitty service because I am only making $3.01 an hour. I make $0 an hour. I work fucking my ass off to go find work. And no one tips me. I get my happy ass out there because I realize if I don't do it, jobs aren't going to come to me.
Bills ain't getting paid.
Yep.
So you haven't worked it off yet. It's still there.
That's what people don't understand, man. Sometimes I wish I could make $3, $4 an hour. I put in 18 hours an hour in this fucking shop a day, and sometimes I don't make shit. I walk up in the house, Mama like, how much you make? I said, nothing. She said, motherfucker, you've been in there from 8 in the morning to 1 in the morning, and you ain't make a fucking dime? Go fucking sleep on the couch. You ain't getting shit.
I know how you feel, G, but when that money rolls in, it rolls in.
Oh, shit. Motherfucking IRS, though, baby. The more you make, the more you make.
I know, G. I know. We're in the same boat, brother. You know what I mean?
You know, I told someone what I made last year, and they're like, what the fuck? They're like, can I get a job? And I was like, why don't you ask me how much I paid fucking IRS?
Yeah.
You still want a fucking job? Because I just cut them a check for $21,000. You tell me if you want to work for them.
I want to be able to write a check for $21,000. That's what I want to be able to do.
Fuck you, Sting. Fuck you.
I'll gladly pay the IRS if I can just have the $21,000 in my bank account for at least 24 hours. You know what I mean?
Take a picture of it.
No, I don't know what you mean. Because after I wreck the motherfucker, I don't have nothing.
Right. I'm not saying you're rich, brother. I'm just saying.
I know.
I'd love to have 21,000 at one time, just for a little bit, even if I had to give it away right away.
What's up, brother J. Watt? That's my dog. But anyway, man, fucking.
I know, but back to what Bro Lance was saying. I realize that there isn't much out there that are comparable to the way that we treat waitresses. But just because she has that job doesn't give her the right to give me crappy attitude. You know, don't give me a crappy attitude. I tip people. The only people who I do not tip is a pure shitty service. If I get an average service, hey, she's not paying attention to us much, but the food was good. You know, her attitude was polite. I'm still gonna tip her. You know, I'm not one of those guys where either you get a great tip or you get nothing. I'll tip you in between. It may be $10 that I tip you on our $40 meal, which is still 20%. That's not bad. Or it could be $5. You know, it depends on how your service is.
I've had a fucking waiter.
Yeah, I will not tip a shitty service. I absolutely will not tip shitty service.
I had a fucking waiter that followed me. See, that followed me and said, "Yo, is there a fucking problem?" I said, "Yeah, there's a fucking problem. You, that's the motherfucking problem." That motherfucker followed me.
Hey, tell us that story.
See, you know me, motherfucker. I'm not all fucking there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little fucking off, and I understand that. But I admit that, and I tell it to my fucking competitor before I screw up with you. I'm a little fucking nuts, so don't fuck with me. And I told the guy, my fucking wife, she fucking got embarrassed, and she fucking went to the car because she knows how I am, dude. And fucking, I basically blasted him in front of his peers, in front of his staff, in front of his customers that he was shit. I could have went to the fucking country buffet and got better service from there. Mm-hmm. And this was like, I don't know, a couple of $100 meal for a couple. I mean, wasn't a cheap restaurant, I mean, I don't know, man. I say like this, I don't fucking not give tips if you're shitty. I'll still give you something. But I'm just not going to give you 20% if you're shitty. You know what I mean? If you're really, really shitty, I might just drop a couple of bucks down and be ignorant and say, here.
20%, you better have been the best waitress I've had in a long fucking time. Because technically, to me, 15's that. It's hard, especially when you're broke sometimes, man. Yeah. Pennies just to go out to eat, and you haven't gone out to eat in like 3 or 4 months because you've been so broke, and you finally have that opportunity to go out and celebrate and have a little fun, and then you get crap service on top of that. Yeah. And if I get good service, right? I'm not saying exceptional, but if I get really good service, then I will try to tip as much as I possibly can. Sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's 13, sometimes it's whatever I can afford, right? And if it's exceptional and I have the money, then I'll go up to 20. But, that's about pushing it. There was only one time, and that was when I had just gotten like a couple $1,000s, that I went out and I had awesome service, like exceptional service, and I tipped them like $20. I forget how much. It was a lot of money. It was probably more than the meal. So, but it was really cool, and I had the money, and I felt like being a nice guy at the time. They definitely went above and beyond, made me feel special, and made my day even better than it already had been, right?
That's why a lot of bartenders work the system. When we go downtown, I might take you, I'll take fucking 10 round, I'll take Kansas, I'll take Berlance, we'll all go out drinking, and we can drink $200 worth of drinks. And when I say beanie, let me get my bar tab. That motherfucking tab will be no more than $20. It'll be $19.90. But you better throw that motherfucker a $100 bill with a couple of 20s to go with it and say keep the change. Because if not, if you don't take care of them, your next bar tab will be full retail.
Yeah, 100%. And I agree with 100%, G. If they do that for you, they deserve a good tip.
That's how I do it. That's how we all been doing it since I was 18, my bro.
Man, I haven't been out drinking enough because that ain't ever happened to me. I always pay for retail.
Well, I'm talking about all your local. I'm talking about all the local bars. I'm sure people have their local spots that they go to, and like I said, that's how it is, man. When I go out downtown, fucking, that's how it is. I mean. And the bartenders know that, and they know who to do that with, you know what I'm saying? Because they know that they're going to be taken care of, and they make a lot of fucking money doing that. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, they might have like 30, 40 people doing that a night, at least on a Friday, Saturday. That do that for them.
I used to do that. No joke. I had a bar that was like a bicycle ride away from me, and I'd literally ride my bicycle there, get drunk, and ride my bicycle home. I'd get 10, 12 beers, you know, and I'd have a $10 bill. I'm like, all right. Well, here's $50.
There you go.
You know, thanks for my $10 bill. Here's $50.
That's right. Because you drank more than $50 worth of shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it is.
Well, see, over here, where that bar that I was going to, it was like $2 a draft. So it's not bad.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say we got about 10 more minutes, and I'm going to call her quits for the day.
Countdown.
Countdown. So anybody that wants in for a after chat, come
After
on.
party, baby.
After party.
Bring in the brownies. Bring in
Well,
the
I can throw the
motherfucking.
link out there probably for
Bring
those
your
that want.
bring your papers
Bring no sorry selves in. No.
and leave your fucking coughs at home.
Yep. I tell you this much. I tip my #1 waitress, and that is my wife.
Okay, leave me the tip.
Yeah, probably just the tip, right? Because
That's all she wants.
That's all you
That's
get.
all she wants.
Here we go.
It's getting big.
Save it right for the end to go off the rails on this one.
Yep.
Kansas, you might want to start the after party now.
Yeah, might as well start getting
Because I feel this motherfucker's going off the rails.
Yeah, no. My wife, to me, she was like, I don't consider my waitress, but man, she's a great wife. I love her.
Lord, here we go. Here we
Oh,
go.
Lord.
Here we go. Next round.
Hey, gee, I can't show
Hey,
love
I'm
to
in,
my
you
wife.
You motherfucking right. Shout out to Miss 10-round Patriot.
Yeah, shout out to
Shout
all
out
the
to the
wives.
queen.
Shout out to all the wives.
Shout out to all the wives. Amen to that.
Amen. No, 10 rounds got a
The
beautiful,
wife ain't happy.
beautiful queen.
Thank you, G. I appreciate
Tell her,
that, brother.
tell her I said hey, by the way.
I will. She just went to the restroom, I think.
Yeah, she's a good lady,
She's
man.
taking
Good
a
lady.
goose.
No, she doesn't do that. Sting, are you kidding me?
She's a good lady.
Women don't do that. They go there just to look pretty, and that's it.
It's hard to find. It's hard to find good women, dude.
How long have you guys been married?
20 years.
No, I'm talking to Chris because
That's what I'm
my
saying.
wife. Holy crap! The stuff that I walk into the bathroom later on and really, hon, really. What
I was
the
being a
hell? Was
smarty
it
and answered the phone.
was it that restaurant with that crappy service or what?
Oh,
'Cause, damn.
man. Oh, man. Now, we've been married for 9 years now.
Well, congratulations on still being that in love, because you have the attitude of a man who just got married. You know,
Dude, I love my wife, bro. Like, you know what? I don't want to sound like a less
She's
of
a
a man.
happy man. She's
I
good
love
looking,
my
happy,
wife
bro.
too. I love my wife too. I really
Happy
do.
wife, and you got a happy life.
You
Yeah,
better
dude,
love your
I don't know
wife.
what I would do without my wife.
I would have been dead, yo. I would have
Yeah.
been physical. I would have been. No, I'm serious, yo. I was looking at these pictures today. I'm not going to gross you out. I'll just show you one because I think somebody wanted to look at it. But I said, yo, I looked at this picture today, Kansas. I think I was going to show Kansas this picture. That's Big G.
Damn, G.
I had a 10% chance to go, brother. And my wife said, fuck you. I'm sending his ass to shock trauma. And they saved my life. I woke up from a 4-month coma. But without our wives, my brother, we would all be shit. So
Yeah.
everyone
My
listening,
wife sticks by my side.
everyone who's listening to this, I'm telling you from personal motherfucking experience, and y'all take this for whatever it's worth. I don't give a fuck. Love y'all's loved ones.
Yep.
Keep them close, and keep the motherfucking rats and the fucking negative fucking trolls away far as possible.
Yep.
I agree with you on that, G. You know, my wife
Because
works
life's
just
too
as hard as
short.
me.
18 years, that's what we do.
To be hanging around with a bunch of bullshit when you
Yep.
got loved ones there that want to be with you, and we shine them away so we can go do our other thing to make us happy. But really, we need to be with those loved ones who care and just want to be with you and just want our time.
At the end of the day, that's all that really matters in this world.
Yep. Is
That's
our
all they
wife.
want. My wife, Kansas's wife, Stinger's wife, Kenra, it doesn't matter. All they want is our time. That's it. That's all. Go ask them what the fuck they want. You want money? No. What do you want? I want you. I want to be with you and spend time with you. That's it.
Now,
Very
G, my
simple.
wife might say she wants a new purse.
Well, maybe wants a new purse, the other one wants this, yada yada, but you get the fucking point.
No, I know that, G. I'm just pulling your chain.
Yeah,
brother.
we should have stopped broadcast after that big old speech that G said, man. 'Cause
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I've been away from this whole chat. I've been busy and I didn't say much, so I just wanted to rant. But thanks for listening, and
Oh,
God
man.
bless.
You got it, G. Thank you.
I'm always here, my brothers. I'm always here for all y'all. You know that.
Yeah.
Always. Life's too short. That's
Amen,
all
brother.
all the negative shit that's going on out there with this and that and this group and that group and motherfuckers shut up and everybody unite because it's a tough fucking road ahead of us. And all I gotta say is the more we can combine numbers instead of dividing numbers.
Right.
Just remember
Better
that.
off will be, yep.
Start multiplying and stop fucking dividing. And stop being shady.
Preachers.
Stop being fucking shady and fucking inconsiderate to everyone and unite and cut the bullshit, man. This ain't fucking drama we're going through every day. The drama's out there in the real world when we're losing fucking soldiers every day and getting scammed by these I'm just gonna shut up. Thanks for listening.
Shout out to the wives.
Shout out to the wives.
I'm
18
out.
years for this old man.
There you go.
Nice.
50
Yeah.
cents.
I've been with my wife for 10 years, but we've only been married for, I think, 6.
That's so good, Sting. You know, most people don't make it that long. I've been with my wife for 11, married for 9. So,
Nice.
high school sweethearts.
Nah, get this. Mine was the wife of my best friend.
Nice.
But he decided, and my girlfriend and him decided at the time that they'd rather be together. So my girlfriend dumped me for my best friend, and I took his wife. And we all do-si-doed.
Nice.
Well, not at the same time, though. Not at the same time. 'Cause that
Oh,
would be
okay.
But it was some drama, man. That was some fucking Jerry Springer shit right there. But, you know,
Straight up.
it is what it is. But I got the better end of the deal on that one for sure.
I would agree you did.
Riddle
yeah,
Girl
yeah.
is a keeper.
You know,
Riddle Girl is a keeper.
she's my special love.
If not, she'll beat that fucking ass.
Oh, dude. And I'm attracted to that, right? My whole life growing up, every woman I was ever attracted to could literally kick my ass. And I think that's what I'm attracted to. I need a woman who could beat me up physically.
Or Sting. I'm sorry, bud. When I see you, I'm just going to give you a hug. I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
It's what I like, apparently. I mean, it's a pattern, man. It's a fucking pattern.
Okay, and on that note, I'm going to call it, guys.
Thank you,
Be
Kansas.
sure to be back here, DT Hour, next week, next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. See you
God
guys.
bless. God bless everyone.
God bless y'all.